Welcome to PrepsNet Coach Speak with Briarwood Christian head football coach Matthew Forrester, powered by CM Gridiron. Here's your host, Aubrey Johnson.
Welcome to the show, Coach.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So last Friday, you lost a tight one to Wenonah, 20-14. Tell us about the game.
It was a really good game. Wenonah had a great team. They've improved greatly just from what I saw in the spring. And each game, they continue to improve. So they had a really good defensive line, and they had a quarterback that could make some plays. And so it ends up being really close. In the fourth quarter, it's 14-14.
Right.
We've got a chance to win, and then we just have a fumble that was really costly, and they picked it up and scored. And so it's one of those things. You're there, you're about to close it out, and then just an unfortunate, the helmet hits right on the ball.
Yeah.
It kind of pops out, and it's like, oh, man. But I'm
tough.
really proud. We were 0-4 going into the game, and to see our kids battle against a talented team that's well coached. I think Coach Carson over there does a great job. And so to see our kids battle and fight the way they did makes me really proud of them.
Well, knowing that it was that close, how does your team respond to that in terms of motivation, in terms of attitude in practice and that sort of thing? How have they responded?
Yeah, I think we've had our best practice of the year so far. I mean, it was really good. It was really clean. I mean, Leeds is a really good opponent, does a lot of stuff. And so us having to work through that, but the focus and the intensity, I mean, yesterday's practice was really popping. And then today they were really locked in mentally. So I saw great improvement and great strides. Again, we talked a lot about this week playing our smartest game.
Right.
We've been playing too much. We've been playing hard. We've been playing physical. But we also have to play a smart game. So looking forward to that this week.
Okay, good. Coach, you're really right at mid-season right now. What have you learned about your team thus far?
I've learned that this team is willing to battle.
Yeah.
They're willing to go through the difficulties. They're willing to go through the tough times, and they're going to get better. They're not going to quit. It doesn't matter when it is in the game. They're going to keep putting their nose to the grindstone. They're going to keep working, and they're going to improve. And I've seen a lot of strides of improvement. We played a really tough schedule so far, lots of athletes on the field, a lot of teams that haven't made mistakes. So I'm looking forward to this second half of the season, wiping the slate clean, one game at a time. Don't look back to the past. Don't focus on the future. Just focus on where we're at right now. And, I mean, that's the attitude you have to have in life.
Right.
You can't worry about the future. You can't dwell on the past. All you've got is today. So let's work really hard at today. So looking forward to seeing our team do that.
Okay, good. So as we always talk about injuries, how did your team come through this past week?
Pretty healthy. We had one kid that went down, and I hate it for him. But overall, we're getting more healthy. With the start of the season, had a lot of key guys injured. So what we've had over the first 5 weeks is we've had a lot of depth be built.
Right.
We've got multiple guys that have played a whole lot of football, and now we're getting those a lot of those guys back. So I'm looking forward to being a more experienced but more deadly team because we're getting some of our playmakers back.
Well, good. Well, we'll be right back after this message to discuss this week's game.
Awesome.
PrepsNet Coach Speak is powered by CM Gridiron. CM Gridiron is your home of fan-focused Alabama high school football. From our weekly interactive Team of the Week and Offensive and Defensive Fan-Selected Player of the Week polls to the Alabama High School Stadium Tour, player profiles, Coach of the Week features, and live in-game scoreboards, CM Gridiron is the largest fan-driven digital platform in the state of Alabama. Your team, your voice, your vote, your game.
And we're back. Gridiron. Coach, this week you've got Leeds.
Yes, sir.
They are 5-0, and they are leading their region right now. How do you plan on stopping or at least slowing this team down?
Yeah, I think Leeds is a great team who's a wrecking ball in 5A. They've had a lot of success over the last 3 years. So I know Coach Hood does a great job over there.
Right.
I've been watching him from afar and seeing all the things he's doing, and he's made a lot of improvements over there. And this year they've got a team that's focused. They're playing as a unit. They're playing really good complementary football. And so our challenge this Friday night is to go out there, be physical, do our responsibilities, and play smart football. And so if we can do those things, we've got a shot. But we can't play as individuals. We
Right.
can't care about, we can't be stupid plays. We've got to be focused and we've got to be locked in. And, we'll see. We haven't played any common opponents, so we
Right.
don't really have a good feel.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see how the game unfolds.
Absolutely, it will. And another interesting point about this game, these two teams have never met before, which is, I find kind of amazing being in the geography that you're in. I mean, you're pretty close.
Yeah, we're both on 119. We're
Right.
both roughly the same size. I mean, you would think since, the 90s to now, at some point,
Right.
these two teams would have squared off. But this
Yeah.
is a first, and it's got to be one of the closer rivalry or closer games that have never played before, would be my guess.
Right. Now, Jerry Hood is their coach. He's in his 6th year with the Green Wave, and I hear that you know each other. Tell us a little bit about that.
We do. We go way back because he was coaching when I was playing.
Oh,
but
wow.
also, when I became head coach 6 years ago, he was hired that February as director of football operations.
Oh, wow.
And so he actually helped me and helped really groom me into doing what I needed to do as a head coach.
Okay.
When I was a defensive coordinator for Coach Yancey, I wanted to be the best defensive coordinator I could.
Right.
I didn't worry about being a head coach. That wasn't my job.
Right.
I just wanted to be a great coach for him. And so when Coach Hood came in, he made me question everything that we were doing. He said,
Yep.
why do you do it? I said,
Yes.
well, Coach Yancey does it that way. He goes, but is it your reason?
Is it your
And so
way?
he really helped me in that process. I'm grateful. He was here for, I thought I'd get him for a little bit longer, but he was here for about 3 months, and then
Right.
Leeds made him an offer he couldn't refuse.
Well, there
and
you
so he's done a great job over there, and we've stayed connected, and it's been a really neat relationship for me.
Cool. You're at the back half of the season now. Of course, you got Leeds this week. The rest of the schedule is not going to be easy, Coach. You've got Corner, John Carroll, Hayden, and McAdory. That doesn't sound too easy. How do you plan to get through the rest of the season?
Yeah, I think it's a week at a time. We obviously haven't had the results we've wanted to, but what I have seen is the development of this team's character, that they're not playing their best football yet, that they're continuing to improve. What I appreciate about our kids is how hard they're willing to work.
Right.
They don't listen to the outside noise. They focus. I mean, to see the resolve that our team had in the fourth quarter on Friday night was pretty remarkable.
Right.
And knowing that this team's going to come out and give an amazing effort on Friday, it gets you ready to go the following week. So we're going to battle through these times. We're going to be a unit. We're going to work together. And I look forward to seeing this team play their best football late in the season.
Well, good deal.
Yes,
Well,
sir.
Coach, that's our show. We appreciate your time and we appreciate you watching. Please watch again next week for another Briarwood version of Coach Speak.